Hey you guys, this is the RetrofloraPodcast. I'm Brenda.
And I'm Charmy, and we're just two crazy sisters with an opinion and a channel.
If you like true crime, conspiracy, and supernatural crap, then this is your channel. Happy May!
May the 4th is when they were recording this.
Yeah, it's May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. So today, I have, well, it's been said to be a creepypasta, but also...
a freaky fettuccine.
Also, it's like talked about worldwide, supposedly. So, today we're going to talk about the staircases in the woods.
Without further ado, let's get into this.
In 2015, someone, allegedly a search and rescue officer who was working for the National Park Services, posted to Reddit about a series of strange stories they had seen and heard while out in the wilderness. But the last story is the one that caught most people's attention. They spoke about the staircases in the middle of the woods, and I'm going to refer to them as they because it doesn't say what they are, so...
Or who they are?
Yeah, it just says someone, so...
Suspicious.
So, I'm saying they. They said that they would see them in almost every case where they were called out really far into the woods, like about 30 to 40 miles out into the wilderness is when they would likely see them. They claimed that they were told not to talk about the staircases by the superiors and that you can try to ask about them to other search and rescue officers, but they probably won't say anything about them, even if they know exactly what you're talking about. At this point, they have all gotten so used to seeing them that it wasn't even strange to find them out there. The stairs look like a normal set of stairs. The search and rescue officer asked about them the first time they came across them, and the other officer told him not to worry about it and that it was normal out here.
Seeing what staircases in the woods is normal?
Well, I don't work in the woods, so I don't know what they see out there. That is considered normal because, like, they see it all the time.
But stairs don't belong out there.
I agree. They don't belong out there, but they see them so much that it's not, like, weird.
This has to be a creepypasta.
I don't know if it's a creepypasta or not. I just know that, like, multiple people are talking about it. People are seeing staircases in the middle of the woods. Why they're there, I have no idea. They wanted to check them out, but they were told that they should never go near any of them and just to ignore them.
Yeah, that's probably best.
Yeah, because I'm definitely ignoring anything that is out of the ordinary. I'm not searching for no mysterious sound in my house. I'm not doing that. I'm jumping out the window. I'm not jumping out the window because I live on the second story, but like if I have to, I will jump out the window. I'm hoping that I can use the door though. But the Reddit poster also claimed his coworker saw a staircase that was flipped upside down.
Okay, wait, I have a question. So are we saying the staircase or like a regular vertical staircase that goes up, right? Not like
there's multiple. Let me get into it. There's a lot more information.
Okay, and then also the upside down one. How the heck does that work?
I don't know.
Like, are we at the top going down, or is it just upside down completely?
I think the stairs are upside down.
I need to look that up. What that looks like.
Google upside down stairs. So his worker found some stairs that were upside down. And I know that seems like another crazy Reddit post, but there have been reports for years of other people coming across a set of staircases in the woods. There are even pictures. These staircases have been seen in at least 7 different countries. The staircases are usually made of different types of material like stone, brick, or wood. Some are basic staircases while others are more complex like spiral type of staircases. And others lead straight up into the sky with no end. Most of the staircases are found in national parks. The staircases may show some sign of decay, but they usually are free of vegetation and clean, and the wildlife seem to avoid them. Honestly, anything the wildlife is avoiding, you should probably avoid.
Yeah, it's a good sign.
Yeah, unless it's like a bag of money. But even then, you probably should avoid that too, because if they don't want to touch the money is cursed. Right? Yeah. There's no signs of any other structures being built around them. So there's like no foundation debris around them. Like no basement, like nothing. It's just a set of staircases. Well, staircase. Some people see more than one, but most people just see one staircase. Many other Reddit users commented their own stories and experiences with the staircases in the woods. People reported that they felt drawn to the staircases. In the forest area around Roswell, many people claimed to see a set of wooden stairs that gave off some type of frequency, and it caused people nearby to feel weird or off-balanced. A group of campers stumbled upon these stairs and decided to make their campsite 100 feet from them. When they woke up the next morning,
stairs are closer.
They saw that the stairs had moved during the night, and where the stairs had originally been, the ground had been burnt and black.
Why did they do that?
I don't know. The stairs is smoking. I don't know what is going on. Over the next 2 nights, the stairs continued to move several feet from its original spot, and 6 days later, the stairs just vanished, never reappearing again. Investigators of the CDC were called in. They claimed they tried to take a piece of wood from the staircase to test it, but the wood was as hard as steel and they couldn't get a piece of it. If I went to some stairs and I'm like chipping at them and they look like wood, but nothing is coming off of them, I'm about to throw a cross on it and just call it a day.
There's nothing you can do. They're stairs.
Wait, what do you mean?
He said, well, you know what to do,
I would be like, that's so weird that I can't chip these wood stairs.
I would not be even near those.
Well, the CDC don't care, apparently. they just gonna go chipping away at stuff. In another story, a ranger named Torik, I hope I'm saying that right, Torik, was in the jungles of the Philippines, searching for some tourists who had wandered off. During his search, he came across 2 abandoned staircases. The staircases were made of stone, and Torik climbed one to get a better view. As he was climbing up them, he claimed he saw an aggressive dog come from the trees and approach the base of the stairs. The dog began growling and pacing back and forth for a few hours before going back into the trees.
Where did this dog come from?
Apparently.
It seemed like the dog was trying to warn him.
Well, he was like, I ain't coming down the stairs because the dog, I mean, if an aggressive dog is barking at me, I'm probably not coming down the stairs either.
Yeah, I'll jump on the tree.
And if the dog isn't going up the stairs, I am kind of concerned now because I'm like, he's clearly aggressive right now. He clearly wants, I don't want to know if he's gonna attack me, but he's giving the vibes that he want to attack me. And he could just come up these stairs, but even homie's like, nah sir, I'll just wait till you come down. But he didn't wait for him to come down. He left because he said after hours of pacing back and forth,
I don't think it was hours.
Yes it was, I just told you.
He really stood there for hours to watch that?
What are you, he's probably sitting on the stairs at that point, like waiting for the dog to leave. Torik came down the stairs and immediately went back to the ranger station. When he arrived, he was told he was no longer employed there.
He got fired.
It was like, look, you took way too long on that little search, so you're fired.
He's trying to find people. He got fired.
His supervisor told him he had not seen him in 5 years. He was extremely confused because Torik had only been gone for a couple of hours tops.
He got snapped? Like Thanos snapped
I know, right? The dog's like, I'm gonna get you fired.
Wait, so I come back after 5 years and the first thing you say is I'm fired? Not where have
like,
you...
oh my god, we have so many missing posters of you.
Not where have you been?
That's how you know it's corporate. They're like, yeah, you're fired. I don't care if you were missing in return, you're fired.
But it makes no sense. Like he returned in the same outfit he left it in.
Maybe he just only put that part in the story. He's like, look, we don't need to know everything else. Just know that they fired me, okay? There are a few theories about the stairs. There are some who believe that the staircases are just regular stairs from foundations that over time have rotted away. But the biggest theory is that the stairs, are gateways or portals between different realms or dimensions or a parallel universe. Maybe in another universe, there are homes in the places these stairs are at, and going up them can take you to another universe.
Like fairy rings.
Yo, they got stairs to a bank vault that I could just go in there and take some money.
They're never that good.
In another story, a ranger and his friend, who was a trainee, were hiking in the woods where they came across some stairs in the woods. The trainee went up the stairs, despite the ranger's warning him not to. When he reached the top of the steps, he reached over to grab a tree branch for support. As soon as he did that, his hand was sliced clean off. He was rushed to the hospital, and his hand was never found. I'm not sorry, it's not funny.
It's not funny. Why are you laughing?
I don't know. Like, it seems like the end to like a scary story, and his hand was never found.
Oh my God.
They searched all over, but his hand seemed to just have disappeared. It is theorized that the trainee who did not fully enter the parallel universe, but his hand did, and is trapped in that universe. Okay, if anybody's listening to this from a parallel universe, do you see a hand on your stairs? Because we're very curious and we want to know what happened to this guy's hand. If any of you guys found a hand on your stairs, it is probably the trainee's hand and he's looking for it.
I'm pretty sure he's gone without it. He's fine. He has a hook now.
And so those are just some of the
stairs in the woods.
Stairs in the wood cases, you know. There are people who have just claimed they have seen stairs, that the stairs
talk to them.
Not talk to them, but like they felt lured into this, like to go to the stairs and stuff like that. It's kind of like when it's like a button that says do not press this button and you're just like, I really want to press this button just because it's telling me not to. It's like, you know, you shouldn't go up these stairs, don't go up these stairs. But if you see some stairs in the woods, just No, you didn't. Do like
No, you didn't.
Do like the rules in the Appalachia mountains. No, you didn't. Or Appalachian. There's so many ways to say this word.
There it is.
Actually, I think there's only really 2 ways to say it.
But I also heard Appalachian.
Yeah, I think that's one. One of them is the southern way to say it, and one of them is more of the like
Because I said
New England way.
Appalachian.
I say Appalachian, okay? Appalachia. I'm assuming that's the southern way of saying it. Okay, so I found a story on the stairs in the woods, and it's from the No Sleep Reddit, and it's a year ago, and it's from Horror Junkie 123, and it's titled "If you find a set of stairs in the woods that leads nowhere, do not climb them."
That's a long title.
It's trigger warning for self-harm, so just letting you guys know that. Click. I exhaled sharply as I lowered the revolver from my temple. Today marks the 5th anniversary of Nadia's disappearance. Hard to believe it's been that long. We had so much time left, so much life to live together. But all that came to a screeching halt half a decade ago on the day we found those stairs. Without her, I have no purpose. I got no family, no friends, no one to keep me tethered to this world. So every year on the night that Nadia went missing, I stumbled out to the spot that it happened with my 6-shooter in hand, halfway drowned in a handle of tequila. Sorry, it does not say tequila. That says vodka. And tequila is my choice. And I let the forest decide if I'm going to live another year or if I'm going to be reunited with her, wherever she is. Now, it's determined that I have at least one more trip around the sun. I'll tell you that he's saying that because he clicked and then he didn't die.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you how I ended up here at rock bottom. I need to get this out while I still have the guts to tell this story. Don't know why though. I'm going to wake up sometime tomorrow afternoon with a massive headache and no recollection of tonight's events. I better tell you while I still can. I lived on the outskirts of Bear Creek National Park for my entire life. Don't bother looking it up. It's a fake name, so nobody tries to seek out the evil that lurks here. It's safer that way.
Then why you just not tell us at all?
Girl, you need to ask him, okay? I don't know. As I was saying, I used to live out here in the cabin with my dad. I really miss him so freaking much. He passed away 8 years ago, leaving me all alone. Cancer is a B. That was before Nadia and I started dating. It's funny how things work. I actually met her at a coffee shop on my way back from visiting my dad's grave. When she approached me and asked me if the seat across from me was taken, I was instantly smitten. Her deep blue eyes shimmered like the ocean. Long brown hair cascaded down her shoulders in waves. And that smile. When Nadia smiled, it was as if time stopped, just for a moment, so the whole world could soak up its breathtaking beauty. We were inseparable after that day. In a month, we were dating. In 9 more, we were living together in my cabin.
I thought you would say she was pregnant.
No. And in another year, we were set to get married. Had a date and a venue picked out and everything. I was on cloud 9. But that was all torn from me in an instant. God, I wish I'd never taken her out there. I had my first encounter with the stairs when I was 7. Dad had always warned me never to climb them. That wasn't a problem for me. The stairs exuded a malevolent presence. Like anyone who dared to walk up their steps would be eaten alive from fear alone. Oh, yep, no. See, that's why you turn around and walk away and don't, I was gonna say whistle like you, but don't whistle because we don't whistle in forests.
His girlfriend.
I remember like it was yesterday. I was playing in the woods near the cabin when I saw it. A black winding set of metal stairs that stretched maybe a story. They didn't lead anywhere. They just kind of ended. All the stairs are like that. They vary in size and shape and model, but the one thing they all have in common is they don't lead anywhere. And they're never in the same place twice. They just sort of materialize. No one knows how or why, and truthfully, we don't want to know. Same. Most of us, that is. Nadia wanted to know, and that knowledge cost her everything. If someone tell me you don't want to know, I'm really gonna take that.
You don't want to know.
I don't want to know. Yeah, I probably don't want to know because there's some things that's just best left unsaid and unknown.
Left to the imagination.
Come on, baby, just a little farther. I want to see the sunset, Nadia whined in protest at my proposal to head back. Nadia, I know you do, but we didn't bring flashlights and our phone batteries aren't worth a crap. I don't know about you, but I don't feel like smacking into trees every few feet on our way home. Oh, fine, you win. I'll go back this time, but promise me we can come back tomorrow, she requested, puffing out her lower lip and gazing at me with those puppy dog eyes. I'd be lying if I said they hadn't worked. All right, I'll take you back out here tomorrow, but only if you... I trailed off, entranced by the sight of them. Nadia's brow knitted together in confusion as she traced my gaze. Then her jaw fell open. Directly before us stood a polished cedarwood staircase. Dang, it's polished too. That's a nice staircase. A nice polished cedarwood staircase.
Nice.
I'd be like, can I just take this and put this in my house?
No.
I got a sinking feeling in my gut the moment I laid eyes on that thing. It looked so out of place, like a rat in a fish tank.
What?
I know, huh? That's a very
weird metaphor,
right?
Or analogy.
What is that thing? Nadia muttered, gaze still fixed onto it. It's nothing. I'll tell you later, I said, snatching her hand and leading her in the opposite direction. Ow, Jason, let go.
Never know his name now.
Why are you making such a big deal out of this? Tell me what's going on, or I'm not moving another inch. Nadia protested. You know, those type of people in real life. I mean, scary movies scare me because it's like, can we talk about this later? Clearly, this is not the time.
Yeah.
Like, Nadia protested, crossing her arms defiantly. I sighed. There was no point in hiding it any longer. She was gonna find out eventually. Okay, so this is gonna sound completely unhinged, but please bear with me. Ever since I lived out here, ever since anyone's lived here, really, people have been finding random staircases in the forest. They appear and disappear all the time, and you'll never find one in the same place twice. The stairs are a bad omen. Something awful happens if you climb to the top, but no one quite knows what. I'm pretty sure because they didn't come back. All I know for certain is we need to stay far, far away from them. Nadia rolled her eyes in response. Come on, Jay. Do you really expect me to believe that? A bad omen? Are you some kind of spiritual medium now? Ooh, a staircase. So scary, she said, waving her hands in a mocking gesture.
You can do better.
No, he can't. Well, I don't know. He really loves this girl, okay? Nadia, do I look like I'm joking? I know it sounds crazy, but I wouldn't lie to you. She softly took my hand into hers and met my gaze. Baby, you know I wouldn't accuse you of that. It's strange, but if it really irks you that much, I won't press it, okay?
Really? I bet she lying.
Thank you. Now let's go home. I'm starving. Once we were out of sight of that wretched thing, I could sense the tension start to disperse. Sorry, I was gonna say dissipate, but it's disperse. It was all as if a veil had been lifted. I fell asleep that night with a stomach full of dumplings and not a thought in the world besides the petite girl snuggled in my arms. The stairs had vanished from my brain, just like they always did, until the next day. We both had the entire day off of work, and before I knew it, Nadia was pulling me back down to the same path as the day prior to watch the sunset. Butterflies danced in my stomach as we approached the spot that we had seen the stairs the day before. Even so, Nadia noticed it first. Hey, isn't this the same place you pulled me away from yesterday? Those stairs, they're gone. See?
Gosh. Like he said it would happen.
See, I told you they were a bad omen. Now do you believe me? Huh?
Omen.
I say almond.
You say almond? I say okay.
I guess I say both. It depends.
Omen.
It depends on how fast I'm reading. I never said I didn't. It's just a strange phenomenon. You know, like seeing a unicorn. You don't really expect to find it, or in this case, not find it. It's a lot to process. I don't know what to say. She hit the nail on the head with her analysis, except the stairs were no unicorns. No. They were something far more sinister. We continued our walk in silence until we finally reached our destination. That evening will always stand out in my mind. The sky looked like a painter's canvas. A gorgeous amalgamation of purple and pink and orange melted together behind a smattering of light, wispy clouds.
Honestly, we could have done without this description.
I suck, you guys.
No, it's just whoever wrote this was trying to be like, cute.
I never seen anything so picturesque.
This ain't a novel.
We stayed there well past the sunset, staring up into the sea of stars illuminating the night sky. Thank you for keeping your promise. Today was perfect, Nadia yawned, sleeplessly resting her head on my shoulder. Every day with you is perfect. Thank you for dragging me out of the house. This really has been incredible. I love you so much. Oh my god, can I get a guy like this?
This is very sweet. If this was me and we saw stairs the other day, I ain't coming back.
Yes, I know what we would do. I'm definitely not trying to be in the woods after sunset, okay? Even when I'm camping, I'm like, all right, everybody back to campsite where we can see each other. Mm-hmm. No. You're welcome, bonehead. I love you too, Nadia giggled quietly, her eyes struggling to stay open. All right, sweetheart, I think it's time for us to go back. You can hardly stay awake. Just a little longer. You're so comfy, she protested, burying her face into my chest. My heart felt so full in that moment. What had I done to deserve such an amazing girl? All right, up we go. I hosted my weird girlfriend into my arms. If your legs won't move, I have no choice but to carry you. Oh no, how terrible. Whatever shall I do? She quipped, wrapping her arms around my neck. Nothing, just stay still and let me. I froze mid-stride. I swallowed a dry lump in my throat as sweat began to bead atop of my brow. In the darkness among the foliage, my flashlight beam fell upon a large, bulky object. They were back. Jason, what's wrong? You look pale, Nadia said, following the ray of light till she realized what I was looking at. A wide set of withered concrete steps ascended to nowhere. They called to me, begging me to climb them. Just one step, just one, that's all. Jason, I feel it now. What you were talking about yesterday, I feel it. It's all wrong. They shouldn't be here, Nadia whimpered, fear jolting across her pupils. Yeah, you're right, I said, ripping my gaze from the awful thing. Just don't look at it. We're going to be okay. This time, I wasn't as relieved once we escaped the staircase's alluring pull. I've never seen the stairs 2 days straight before. They were always more sporadic in their appearance, never showing up with any rhythm or consistency, so to see them twice made me a bit uneasy. Nadia and I didn't mention the stairs again that evening. We were both absolutely exhausted and were itching to get some much needed rest. I'd be damned if I was going to let a stupid staircase ruin a good night's sleep. Nadia was already snoring when I joined her in bed, and I was out the second my head hit that pillow.
Maybe so many staircases are outside the house.
Like, wake up, Jason. Knock, knock,
Well,
Nadia.
honestly, if you go out there a third time, what are you thinking?
If I go out there third time, I don't even reach the woods. I just open my backyard and I see them literally at the tree line. I'm done. We're selling the cabinet. We're selling the cabin. I'm leaving.
Like the Kim Kardashian meme when she in the woods.
Like peeking past the staircase. Surprise, Jason. Yeah, no. You need to leave me alone. The staircases are clearly playing around with y'all. Like, if only we could have made it until morning. Maybe then she'd still be here. I woke in a pitch black room. Nadia was missing from her side of the bed. I didn't worry at first. It wasn't abnormal for her to sneak out to the bathroom in the middle of the night every once in a while. I didn't want to drift back off until she was beside me, though. You better than me, because I know I would have fell asleep. I waited and waited, to no avail. Then after what felt like an eternity, I finally cried out, "Hey babe, are you coming back to bed soon?" I received no response. That's when the panic set in. Nadia would never ignore me like that. I leaped out of bed and beeline for the bathroom. It was empty. My heart began to pound against my rib cage like a jackhammer.
So I did follow him home.
Sirens were blaring in my head, telling me that something was wrong, and I felt helpless to silence them. I turned the whole cabin inside out with no results. Nadia was nowhere to be found. Then amongst all the chaos, an idea flickered in my head. Why hadn't I thought of it sooner? Nadia's phone was missing from the bedside table, but I could track her location on Find My Friends. Hey, that's how I be stalking my friends. Shout out to all my friends I stalk.
The phone gonna be on the phone. I mean, the staircase is gonna be
here,
on
Jason. Just one more
We
step.
texting him.
I fumbled to unlock my own phone and open the app. I had to know that she was okay. I loaded up the app and located Nadia's icon. She was close. The app said that she was only a few hundred feet from the cabin. I threw on a pair of shorts and darted into the frigid night air. I raced barefoot across leaves and rocks and acorns. I didn't have time to grab shoes. Right then, I didn't care if my feet were torn to ribbons as long as Nadia was okay.
She's not.
I eventually reached the point where her phone should have been. I frantically called it, praying that she would pick up this time. I saw something illuminate amongst the leaves, and not far behind it, I found who I was searching for. But if Nadia was the staircases the whole time. I knew it.
I'm just like imagining him answering the phone and FaceTime the stairs.
Staircase. Surprise, Jason. Sending a selfie with the staircase and throwing up the peace sign. Like,
the staircase is his wallpaper. It reminds me of that Crack and Happy Tree Friends that followed him home. That was in the taxi.
So basically, in this episode of Happy Tree Friends, he stole like the artifact, and then this crack was chasing him, and it was like cracking open the earth, right? And he like got on a plane and flew to his home, and like he was about to go in his house, and he turned around and he saw a taxi pull up. and the taxi door opened, and it was the crack. It just came out of there, and it threw a coin to the taxi driver to pay him, and it was like, happy tree friends, like what?
That show is not for kids. Do not let your kids
not happy unless death and gore is happy for you. But instead of being overcome with joy upon finding the love of my life, my blood turned to ice. Nadia's face was partially illuminated by the moonlight trickling through the canopy. She was gazing down at me with tears streaming down her cheeks. Below her feet sat a staircase. This time, it was ornate. White, glassy marble stairs gleamed even in the darkness, topped off with a pristine red carpet. Oh, they're fancy stairs. This is like the Beverly Hills of stairs.
It's the Met Gala.
This is the Kim Kardashian of stairs. The stairs looked as if they would lead straight to heaven itself, and that terrified me. Well, you know what? Maybe Nadia was like, I'm done with this. Dread crashed over me like a tidal wave as we stared at each other.
Wait, is Nadia staring at you or the staircase?
Nadia is staring at her. She's on the stairs.
Okay, I'm just like...
I wanted to move. I wanted to sprint up to her and sweep her off those godforsaken things, but I couldn't. I was rooted in place, forced to watch as the girl of my dreams ascended the final step. Jason, please, I don't want to go. I love you, and I want to stay with you forever. I had to know. I could feel them calling to me. Please don't let them take me. Girl, I think it's too late.
Yeah, you're on the stairs. You left him for stairs.
Right, bro. Maybe the stairs did take his girl. Nadia sobbed uncontrollably, reaching out a hand towards me. I wanted to grab it, to pull her into my arms, to tell her that everything was going to be okay. But I was stuck. I was forced to watch it in abject horror as Nadia involuntarily took the one step to the top. Last step to the top.
It was involuntarily.
Well, yeah, I don't know. If she's saying I don't want to go and she's walking up there,
I feel like it's making her say that to get him to come to her.
Well, obviously it ain't working because he just standing there staring.
Well, I wouldn't go either.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would stand there and stare though. I think I would be like, grab this tree branch.
The same thing in Oculus when they saw they were inside the house. Like, am I really inside the house or am I outside the house?
Girl would have died of fright. It felt as if time had slowed to a crawl. 1 second, I was paralyzed, eyes locked on Nadia and those vile stares. And the next, I was all alone. Nadia and the staircase had vanished, whisked into the cool night air like they never existed at all. The burden of that night will stay with me until the day I die. I wailed, I screamed, I pounded the earth until my fists were bloody and my throat was hoarse. Nadia had been taken from me, right before my very eyes, and I did absolutely nothing. I blamed myself for a long time after that. Hell, I still do. I don't think I'll ever be able to move on. That's my punishment, I suppose. Living out a dull, meaningless life while images of my lost girlfriend run through my head day in and day out. That's why I drink. Strangely enough, I've never seen the stairs again. They're really the only reason that I'm still here. Because maybe if I just give in, maybe if I convince myself to climb the last looming step, then there might be a chance that I'll be reunited with Nadia. And for me, that's the chance I have to take.
Dude, just go to therapy. And honestly, I have a question. So the cops didn't come be like, where your girlfriend at?
I know. Well, I guess people, just assuming.
Like, the stairs took them. Like, enough said.
Probably in this town, they're probably like, yeah, well.
Stairs got her. Stairs got
write
her.
a missing person's report on her, yeah. Probably, I don't know. Someone in the comments said something that was very interesting. And they said those stairs are mimics, living entities that need to feed. They're the ones that take shapes of houses too. Sorry, but she's long gone, mate.
Thanks a lot.
That's kind of an interesting theory that mimics take the shape of
objects.
Stairs. Yeah, which is even more scarier. They're already bad enough they over here mimicking people's voices and stuff like that. And that's a staircase in the woods. All I know is that if I see some staircase in the woods, you don't ever have to tell me not to go up them. I'm not going up any staircase in the woods.
If you were a staircase, what kind of staircase would you be?
I feel like I would be like black winding staircases with pink carpet on
What
it.
the heck? Because that had me until you said pink.
Well, that's my personality. I like wear black, but like I'm all bubbly inside.
I think I'd also be like a spiral staircase, but like a wooden, like mahogany, but like...
That is mahogany.
But like, you know, carved in, like...
Oh, okay,
stuff, like, you know, very classy. And dark academia, like.
They're gonna be
I'll be in the library.
It's gonna be both of my personalities sitting there.
No.
Yeah, like pink and black. Like that house somewhere in California. Those two houses that are next to each other. One's like
pink and black.
The pink and purple house is next to the black house. They're like the same. I think there's 2 sisters that live in there or something like that. Well, you've made it to the end.
You must relate the sounds of our high-pitched voices and quirky commentary.
You might as well like and subscribe to our channel and hit that bell to be notified every time we drop new content. If you want to follow our social medias, they will be linked in the description box below.
Bye!
Bye, you guys. Stay away from staircases in the woods, and be careful because they might steal your girl.
And also, what kind of staircase are you?
Yes, leave in the comments. What kind of staircase are you?